Hello, this is the Math 125 Intermediate Algebra. Today we will talk about the Chapter 4, Inequality, Linear Inequality. The examples for Chapter 4, homework. The first question, solve each inequality algebraically. A. This is your homework question. Example, negative 3y minus 1 less than or equal 14. Then we solve this inequality. Add the left and the right by 1. Negative 1 add 1 is 0. So we got negative 3y less than or equal 14 add 1, it's 15. Then we divided left and the right by negative 3. Cancel negative 3, we got y. 15 divided by negative 3, it's negative 5. Then we reverse the inequality. Less than or equal, change to greater than or equal. Why we need to reverse the inequality symbol? Because, for example, if a greater than or equal 4, you divide it by negative 2 on left and the right. A divided by negative 2 get negative 4. 4 divided by negative 2 get negative 2. Compare negative 4 and the negative 2. Negative 4 is become less than or equal negative 2. So greater than or equal reversed, become less than or equal. Another example, if 1 less than or equal 2, we multiply by left side by negative 2, right side by negative 2, we'll get negative 2 and the negative 4. And since the negative 2 is greater than negative 4, so when we multiply both sides by negative number, less than or equal become greater than or equal. So here we divided by negative 3 both sides. The less than or equal have to reverse, become greater than or equal. B. This one is homework questions. Example, 3 times parenthesis 5 minus x less than 4x plus 1. So first of all, we use distributive property. Remove the parenthesis. 3 times 5, 15, minus 3 times x less than 4x plus 1. Then we are going to make all the x term on one side, all the constant term on the other side. So I add 3x on left and the right, minus 1 on left and the right. Simplify. Negative 3x add 3x is 0. 15 minus 1 is 14. Less than 4x plus 3x is 7x. 1 add minus 1 is 0. Then solve for the x. So we divided by 7 on left and the right. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 7 cancel, we got x. Is x greater than or equal to. And rewrite as x greater than or equal to. We put the x on the left hand side. C. This one is your homework question. Example, negative 3 parenthesis 3x minus 2 greater than or equal to x minus 3 parenthesis 3 minus x. We use distributive property. Remove the parenthesis. Negative 3 times 3x, negative 9x. Negative 3 times negative 2 become negative times negative become positive. 3 times 2 is 6 minus 2. Greater than or equal to x. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Negative 3 times negative become positive. 3 times x, 3x. Combine like term. Here, constant term combined. So negative 9x, 6 minus 2 is 4. Greater than or equal. X term combined. 2x plus 3x, 5x minus 9. Then we will move all the x term on one side and the constant term on the other side. There's a quick way to do. You just move negative 9x to the right-hand side of inequality. Change negative to positive. And move negative 9 to the left-hand side. Change negative to positive. And the slow way is you add 9x both sides. And plus 9 both sides. Simplify. 4 add 9 is 13. 5x add 9x is 14x. We solve for the x, so we divide by 14 both sides. 13 also divided by 14. Cancel 14. So this side is x less than or equal 13 over 14, and rewrite as x less than or equal 13 over 14. Second page, second question. Number 2, let f of x equal, example, negative 3x plus 7, and the g of x equal negative 5x plus 10. Find all values of x for which f of x less than or equal g of x. So we're looking for f of x less than or equal g of x. So first of all, f of x given is negative 3x plus 7 less than or equal g of x is negative 5x plus 10. So we got this inequality. Then we make all the x term on one side, all the constant term on the other side. And this time I move negative 5x to left-hand side, become negative 3x. Change this negative to positive. Combined, negative 3x plus 5x is 5x minus 3x, get 2x. Move positive 7 to the right-hand side. Plus 7 change to minus 7. And then 10 minus 7 gets 3. Then divided by 2 on the left and the right. Cancel 2, we'll get x less than or equals 3 over 2. That is all the solution of x, such that the function f of x less than or equal g of x. Question 3. Friend can rent a van for either, I changed the number, $60 per day with unlimited mileage, or change the number, $45 per day with, change the number, 125 free miles, and an extra charge of 10 cents for each mile, over, change the number, 125 miles. For what numbers of miles traveled would the unlimited mileage plan save friend money? So let the x question ask you what number of miles traveled. So we let x equal number of miles traveled. Then unlimited mileage plan. The function is f function, f of x. X is how many miles. No matter how many miles, it's always $60. Always $60. So function is f of x equals $60 for all x positive, greater than 0. Then limit mileage plane is a g function, g of x equal $45 for the mileage between 0 to 125 miles, from greater than 0 up to 125 miles will charge $45. If you drive 10 miles, $45. If you drive 100 miles, it's still charged $45. But beyond 125 miles, if X mileage is greater than 125 miles, then will become first 125 miles charge $45. Each additional miles, which is X minus 125 miles, other than 125 miles, more than 125 miles, each miles charge 10 cents, which is $0.1. So we got this g function. Then the question wants to figure out which miles, which is x, how many miles make the unlimited mileage plan save, which is less expensive. Save frame money means less expensive. So we are looking for what is x make f of x less than g of x. Solve for the x. F of x is an unlimited mileage plan. Is less than g of x. That's unlimited mileage plan will save frame money. It's less expensive, so it's less than g of x. So first of all, f of x equals 60, less than g of x. We will use this one, 45 plus 0.1 times parenthesis x minus 125, and solve this for the x. Solve the inequality for the x. First of all, we minus 45. 60 minus 45 got 15, less than 45 minus 45 is 0. Then remain this term, 0.1 times parenthesis x minus 125. Then we divide it by 0.1. 15 divided by 0.1 less than 0.1. Cancel. 15 divided by 0.1, we got 150. Then less than 0.1 cancel, get x minus 125. Then we add 125. 150 add 125 is 275, less than. Negative 125 plus 125 is 0. So get x. So we got x greater than 275 and rewrite as x greater than 275. So answer, because it's a word problem, so we need to answer in words. When travel more than 275 miles, the unlimited mileage plan would save frame money. Question 4. Refrigeration repair company charges, I changed the number, $55 for the first half hour of work, and change the number to $35 per hour for additional repair time. Pine Mountain Resort has budgeted, change the number, $200 to repair its walk-in cooler. Ask you for what length of service, which is how many hours of service. Call, will the budget not be exceeded? So this is for ask you the number of hours, how many hours of service. So we assume x is hours of service call. So C is cost, cost of X in terms of hours, equal to the first half hour's cost is $55 plus each additional hour after first half hours. So we do X minus 0.5 hours, which is how many hours? After half hours, how many hours? Each hour charge $35. So it's 35 times additional hour, X minus 0.5. Then question say the budget is $200. So your cost will be not exceed, not to be exceeded. Budget could not be exceeded. So that means your cost, C of X, has to be less than or equal the budget, $200. So therefore, we got the inequality. C of X function is 55 plus 35 times parenthesis X minus 0.5 less than or equal to 200. Solve this inequality for the X. So minus 55 on left and the right. 55 minus 55 is 0. Then 35 times X minus 0.5 parenthesis less than or equal 200 minus 55, 145. Then divided by 35 on left and the right, cancel 35. Okay, X minus 0.5 less than or equal 145 divided by 35. And reduce, cancel common factor 5. 145 divided by 5 got 29. 35 divided by 5 is 7. And then X minus 0.5 less than or equal 29 divided by 7 is 4.143. Then you add 0.5 on left and the right. So this is 0. So we got X less than or equal 4.143 at 0.5 got 4.643. Then round to 1 decimal digits since this digit is 4 less than 5. So you can truncate. So you will get X less than or equal 4.6. So your service call has to be at most is less than or equal 4.6 hours. So at most 4.6 hours of service call. The next question about the operation of the set. Find the intersection of two sets. This is your homework question. Example, a set, the set use brace, have a E, I, O, U, those 5 elements. Intersection, this is what we call intersection with a second set. In this set, have a C, E, G, H, I, J, N, P, U, V, such elements. The two set intersection, which is to find the common elements. So A, first set has A, second set do not have A. So A is not the common element. First set has E, second set has E. So E is the common element. That is the intersection element. So we put with equal to a set, have element E. We're looking for the two sets, common elements, like I. Then this also have I. So I is in the intersection. O, but here doesn't have O. Then U, the second set has U. So the EIU, EIU in both sets. So their intersection is the set with the 3 elements. And you can use this, this we call a Venn diagram. to make you better understand. The first set has A, E, I, O, U. The second set has C, E, G, H, I, J, N, P, U, U, V. And those three are on both, on first set and on second set. So we put it in this intersection area. So this question intersection is a set with EIU elements. And question 6, find the union of the two sets. So this is your homework question. Example, if first set have the element 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This symbol we call union. Union with the second set have element 1, 3, 8, 9, 10. So then you pick up every element in the sets. So first one have 1, pick up. Then 3, put it in order, ascending order. Then 4, then 6, and then 8, and then 9, and then 10, then 12. Union is in the first set or in the second sets. The element in first sets or in the second set. Intersection is the element in the first set and in the second sets, which is the intersection area. And in first set and also in second set. Union is the element either one in first set or in the second set. So is this area, all of it. So like this first set has element 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Second set has element 1, 3, 8, 9, 10. 1, 3, 8, 9, 10. Then the union is all of it. So it's pick up every element. Intersection is only 2 elements. This is the intersection area. Question 7. Example A. Solve each of the following inequality and graph its solution set on the real number line. This is a real number line. So this one is your homework question. Example, -1 less than or equal -2t minus 5 less than 3. This is what we call AND, intersection. -2t minus 4 greater than or equal -2 and -2t minus 4 less than 4. So we solve for t, isolate the t. So we add 4 on the 3 sides. Sorry, I should use this example. That's your homework question. So use this one example. So we add 5 on the 3 sides. -1 add 5. Then -2t minus 5 add 5. Less than 3 add 5. So -1 add 5 is a 4. -5 add 5 is 0. So we got -2t. Less than 3 add 5, it's 8. Then we divide it by -2 on the 3 sides to isolate this t. So this -2 cancel. 4 divided by -2 get -2. 8 divided by -2 is -4. And remember, when we divide it by negative or multiply by negative, we need to reverse inequality symbol. So less than or equal, change to greater than or equal. Less than, change to greater than. So we got is t less than or equal -2 and t greater than -4. And rewrite in increasing order. So the smaller one is -4. become -4 less than t, less than or equal -2. And draw the graph. Find out -4. And find the -2. And between them shaded. At a -4, there's no equal, so it's not including point number -4. So use parentheses, open. And at a -2 have equal, including -2. So at a -2 use bracket closed. B. This is your homework question. Example, 2x minus 1 less than 7 or x minus 2 greater than 4. First of all, you add 1 both sides. So the 2x cancel, it's 0. Get 2x less than 7 add 1, it's 8. Then divided by positive 2. 2x cancel 2, get x. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And since it's divided by positive, then less than still less than, greater than still greater than. So that's first one. Or second one, x minus 2 greater than 4, you add the 2 both sides. So this 2 cancel is 0. Get x greater than 4 add 2 is 6. Or, so the final answer is x less than 4 or x greater than 6. And draw the graph. So it's less than 4. So find out the 4. Use parentheses because there's no equal 4, not including 4, number 4. Or union with greater than 6, x greater than 6. There's no equal sign. So at a 6, we put parentheses. To the right shaded right side is x greater than 6. To the left side of 4 is x less than 4. Union, so is 2 union together is solution of inequality. Next question, C. Here is your homework question. Example, -3x greater than 9 or 5x greater than -15. So isolate x, solve for the x. First of all, divided by -3 on left and the right. Cancel -3, got x. And 9 divided by -3 is -3. Since divided by -3, so we need to change greater than, change to less than. So get x less than -3. Or this 5x greater than -15 divided by 5 on left and the right. Cancel 5, get x greater than, still greater than because positive 5. And the -15 divided by 5 is -3. Or, so the two or together, union. So first of all, draw the graph, find out -3. At the -3, you can put open circle, not including the point on -3, because there's no equal sign, not including -3. Less than -3 to the left, shaded. Greater than -3 to the right, shaded. So it's all the number on the real number line except -3. On -3, you can put open circle. Next question, question 8. Solve each of the following absolute value equation or absolute value inequality and graph its solution set on a real number line. A. This symbol. This is your homework question. Example, absolute value of x equals 3. So what's the absolute value? Like absolute value of 3 is going to be positive, become positive 3. absolute value of 3 is a positive 3. Absolute value of negative 3 become positive 3. So for this question, x can be either positive or negative. So answer is x equal positive or negative 3. When you draw the graph at 3, put a dot. At negative 3, put dot. That's 2 points. Solution of this absolute value equation. Then absolute value inequality B, that's your homework question. Example, absolute value of a greater than 4. So certainly a need to be greater than 4, which is all the number more than 4, like 5, 6, 7. If you take absolute value, it's still greater than 4. But the other side, any number less than negative 4, a less than negative 4, like a negative 5, you take absolute value, become positive 5, is greater than 4. Like a negative 6, you take absolute value is 6, is greater than 4. So any number less than negative 4, you take absolute value, become positive, and greater than 4. So the solution for this inequality should be a less than negative 4, union, or a greater than 4. C, next question. Absolute value of 3x minus 2 less than 10. That's your homework question. Example, absolute value of 2x minus 1 less than 7. Solve for the x. So we will put either 2x minus 1 less than 7 or greater than negative 7. You go 2x minus 1 less than 7. The take absolute value will be less than 7. But if you keep going to the left, this side need to be more than negative 7. So on the left hand side need to be greater than negative 7, because if you don't put greater than negative 7, like a negative 8, negative 9, you take absolute value become greater than 7. We want this take absolute value less than 7. So it will be between negative 7 and 7. Take absolute value will still less than 7. More than 7, take absolute value will not less than 7. Less than negative 7, take absolute value become greater than 7. So this 2x minus 1 should be between negative 7 and 7. Then we solve for the x. You add those 3 sides. You add 1 on the 3 sides. Negative 7 add 1, you get negative 6. This negative 1 add 1 is 0, so get 2x. 7 add 1 is 8. Then the 3 sides divided by 2 on the 3 sides. Negative 6 divided by 2 get negative 3. 2 cancel, get x. Less than 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that's solution between negative 3 and 4. So find out negative 3. Put a parenthesis. At 4, put parenthesis because there's no equal sign, not including negative 3 and 4. So use parenthesis. Then between, then shaded. That's all the numbers. If you plug in here, we'll make this plug in here. We'll make this inequality true. That's C and D. Solve this inequality. As your homework question. Example, absolute value of negative 5x minus 7 greater than 8. So when you took up the inequality symbol, you have to be negative 5x minus 7 has to be greater than 8. Take absolute value still greater than 8. negative 5x minus 7 if greater than 8. If take absolute value, still greater than 8. And the other side, so put all, the other side has to be negative 5x minus 7 less than negative 8. Because any number less than negative 8, if you take absolute value, become greater than 8. Like negative 9, negative 10, those number less than negative 8, you take absolute value, that become greater than 8. So the other side, negative 5x minus 7, this part has to be less than negative 8. Take absolute value will be greater than 8. So for this inequality, you separate into two parts. Use or, union, and solve for the two inequality. Then you add 7 on left and the right. That's 0. So get negative 5x less than negative 8 add 7 is a negative 1. And then divided on left, right by negative 5. Since divided by negative, so less than change to greater than. Negative 5 cancel, you got x greater than. Negative 1 divided by negative 5 become positive 1 over 5. Or the other side, solve this inequality. Add 7 on left and the right, that's 0. Get negative 5x greater than 8 add 7 is 15. Then you divide it by left and the right by negative 5. Negative 5 cancel. And since you divided by negative, so greater than change to less than. So then cancel, you got x and 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3 and less than. So your solution is x greater than 1/5 or x less than negative 3. So you find out 1/5 is between 0 and 1 partitioned into 5 equal parts. And first part we call 1/5. And since greater than 1/5, so it's to the right of 1/5. And there's no equal sign, so use parentheses and to the right shaded. Or, so it's a union, less than x less than negative 3. Since the negative 3, there's no equal sign, so at a negative 3, you use parentheses, not including negative 3. Less than negative 3, so to the left shaded. So it's the two set, two interval, union together are the solution of the inequality. And E, absolute value of 5 minus 3x equal negative 2. Since every number you take absolute value, this side is going to be always positive or 0, never negative. Its absolute value is a positive number. So this side is always positive or 0. It's never negative. And equal to a negative number is less than 0. They're never equal because left side never a negative number. Absolute value is always positive or 0, never negative. So equal negative impossible. So no such x. Plug it in, times by 3, subtracted 5 from 5. Take absolute value, become positive or 0, equal negative 2, never equal negative. So this x, no solution. This equation, no solution. So you answer no solution or answer this we call empty set. Empty set. Empty set is a circle, a slash, empty set. When you draw the graph, since no solution, so on the graph, do not put anything on the graph, on the line. Then the question 9 is going to solve the linear inequality with two variables. So here your graph, because we need to use the graph to show the solutions. because there are many solutions. And here, the question is graph the two-variable linear inequality on a plane, xy coordinate plane. Here, this one is your inequality, is your question. Example, y greater than or equal negative 3x plus 4. So we will draw this inequality, y greater than or equal negative 3x plus 4. First of all, we are going to draw y equal negative 3x plus 4. It's going to be a line. So y equal negative 3x plus 4, we need to, because 2 points determine a line, so we have to figure out the y-intercept. The line intersect with y-axis, we call y-intercept. The line intersect with the x-axis, we call x-intercept. And we need to find the 2 points first. So how to find out the 2 points? If you let x equal 0 and solve for y, you got y. So let x equal 0, plug in. Negative 3 times 0 plus 4, you got y equals 0 plus 4, so y equals 4. And that is a point on y-axis. On y-axis, y is 4, x is 0. Then intersection, this point. That's y-intercept. And let y equals 0, solve for the x. So let y equals 0 equal negative 3x plus 4 minus 4 on left and the right. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. This can 0, get negative 3x divided by negative 3 on left and the right. So get x equals negative divided by negative become positive 4 over 3. Divided, mixed number is 1 and 1/3. So when y equals 0, you got x is 1 and 1/3. So on x-axis, 1 is more than 1. So between 1 and 2, partition this 1 units into 3 equal parts. The first one is 1 and 1/3. The second one is 1 and 2/3. So if this is 1 and 1/3, that's we call x-intercept. Then use the ruler, connect the 2 points, make a straight line. And this is the line, is the graph for y equal negative 3x plus 4. Now the question is ask you, greater than or equal negative 3x plus 4. So this line partition the plane into half plane, one half plane, another half plane, two half plane, two half planes. A line partition the plane into 2 half planes. Then we want is greater than or equal. We want is greater than. Equal is the line, and greater than. One side, one plane, one half plane, the 2 sides. One side is greater than, the other side is less than. We have to decide which side is greater than. Y greater than negative 3x plus 4. So how to determine? We use 1 point. You can use any points, not on the line. Any points, not on the line. But the easiest point is origin. This point we call origin, 0, 0, because the number 0 easier calculate. So use 0, 0 to check. Plug it in. Y is 0. Check whether greater than or equal. Negative 3, x is 0. Plug in plus 4. So get 0 greater than or equal. Negative 3 times 0 is 0. Add 4 is 4. So we get 0 greater than or equal 4. That is a false. So this point is not make this true. Make inequality false. So this 0, 0 is not the solution of the inequality. And the other points on on this side, the same side of this origin, you plug in, is not greater than, it's going to be less than. This side is y less than negative 3x plus 4. Will make this inequality false. So the other side is true. If you can pick up any points on this side, when you plug in, we'll get y greater than negative 3x plus 4. So you shaded the other side is true side. And there's equal sign, so use solid line. If there's no equal sign, and use broken line. If just y greater than negative 3x plus 4 is only this side, not including line, so you use dashed line, also called broken line. Next question will be graph the linear system of inequality on a plane. This is a plane. And there's two inequality we call linear system of inequality. Form a system. So that's your homework question. Now, example here. Inequality x plus y greater than or equal negative 4. X minus y greater than or equal. So, first of all, we draw x plus y equal negative 4, which is a line. So, when we draw the line for equal, draw the line, we need to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So we let x equal 0. 0 plus y is y. So the quick way is you cover this x, get y equal negative 4. Cover x term, get y equal negative 4. That's y-intercept. And you let y equal 0. So x plus 0 is x equal negative 4. The quick way is you cover this y term, you cover this y term, you will get x equal negative 4. So then we find the 2 points, 0, negative 4 on y-axis. Find out this negative 4. That point, x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is negative 4. And the x-intercept is negative 4. On x-axis, find out negative 4. That point, x is negative 4, y coordinate is 0. So this is a negative 4, 0 point. Use the ruler, connected the 2 points. Form a line. This line is x plus y equal negative 4. It's this line. X plus y equal negative 4. Now the question here is x plus y greater than or equal negative 4. So you have to decide it is to the right side or to the left side on this line. One side is greater than negative 4, the other side is less than negative 4. We have to decide which side. So how to decide? We use 1 point, this 1 point. Any points not on the line is okay, but use 0, 0, origin, easier to calculate. So we check the 0, 0, plug it in. Plug in this inequality, first inequality. Check x plus y greater than or equal negative 4. So x use 0, plug it in. 0, put it in y. 0 plus 0 is 0. Greater than or equal negative 4 is true. So this side, this half plane, have the origin, make inequality true. And the other points on this side also true. You can try it. You plug in. It's greater than -4. So this side is x plus y greater than -4. The other half plane is less than -4. X plus y less than -4. So you shaded this side. So the solution for this x plus y greater than -4 is this half plane. Union with the line. That's the first inequality solution. The graph of first inequality. The second inequality is x minus y greater than or equal -2. So first of all, we draw the line. We draw x minus y equal -2. The line equal. So you let x equal 0. And the quick way is just cover this x term. So you will get -y equal -2. You cover x term. -y equal -2 times -1. So you got y equal +2. So 0, 2. The point 0, 2 is here. Y-axis is 2. Y coordinate is 2. S coordinate is 0. So this on y-axis. That's what we call y-intercept. Then you let y equal 0. So this side get x minus 0, get x equal -2. So x coordinate is -2. And x is -2, you on x-axis find out -2. That point, y coordinate is 0, -2, 0. Connect the 2 points. Use the ruler, connect the 2 points and get a straight line. And this line is x minus y equal -2. And then the inequality is x minus y greater than or equal -2. So we have to, the inequality is x minus y greater than or equal -2. We need to draw this inequality. So that will be used. So this line also partition the whole plane into half plane, this side, this half plane, the other side, the other half plane. And we have to decide it is which side, which half plane. So use 1 point to check. The point is this one, this origin, 0, 0, check. This point. Because you can pick up any other points, not on the line, check. You shade it true side. If it's true, you plug in, it's true. Inequality true, and shade it that side. So, like this one, 0, 0, you plug in, you will get 0 minus 0 is 0 greater than or equal -2. That's true. So this one, the line is here. Then this one make inequality true, so you shade it this side. And so for this line, you shade it this side. For this line, you shade it this side. So first inequality is this side, this half plane. Second inequality is this half plane. And you have to find out the point, satisfy both, make both inequality true. So that's going to be this intersection area. This intersection. Those points on the intersection. All the points in this angle, in interior of this angle, will satisfy first inequality, also satisfy second inequality. Is this half plane intersect with this half plane? Is intersection area with both strip. and you have to be satisfy first inequality and satisfy second inequality. So you find out intersection area. So this one intersection this half plane. So it's going to be this, have both strip. And that is all the points interior of this angle, including the ray, the two ray, including the two ray, the point on the ray of the angle. Will make this system satisfy both inequality, make this system true. That's what we call solution of the linear inequality system. So use the graph, show the solutions. There are many solutions. So we have to use the graph, show the solutions. So today's lecture end. Thank you.